afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Well, by the time I get home, it may not be afternoon anymore. It's still technically afternoon, but what's up, everybody? Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Just leaving the gym. What the hell is this on my car? I got shrubbery. Just leaving the gym, and I listened to the people talk this morning, and don't you know? Oh, sorry. Just around the league news before we get into Catboy himself. Yes, Catboy spoke today. But Dolphins are agreed to trade, mutually agreed with Jalen Ramsey. They're parting ways with Jalen, looking for a trade partner. Again, not a surprise, but what this does is it puts corner back big time for the Miami Dolphins if they trade this player. Stay tuned on that. But Jalen Ramsey is on the trade block. Let me know if you're interested. I mean, can we right another wrong here, people? You know, nothing against Zeke, but, you know, Jalen was a little butthurt back in the day that we didn't take him. You know what I'm saying? So, Jalen Ramsey on the trade block. I wouldn't give nothing more than a 5th-round draft pick. He's 30. He may play a 31. I'm not positive. But, yes. So, we got that. We got Green Bay Packers. Jair Alexander, no trade imminent, which means make an offer. Randy McIntyre, Jair Alexander, younger than Jalen Ramsey. You might have to give a little bit higher pick. Maybe you can give something in the following year's draft. Wait till draft night. Maybe you give a 2026 draft pick if that's what you want to do. That way you don't have to take cornerback in this draft early. And like I said, you're seeing more and more teams. You're getting more and more information. It's going to make my final mock draft with trades, more accurate. Yes, I'm going to do a 1-round mock, first round, with trades. It'll be a little more accurate. We're starting to hear all these quarterbacks being worked out. Okay, we got New Orleans Saints hard after a quarterback, all right? You got Pittsburgh Steelers hard after a quarterback. Will a little dark horse team, will the Indianapolis Colts, I don't believe they go quarterback in the first round, QB, but how sold are they on Anthony Richardson? The Los Angeles Rams will take a quarterback, okay? If Jackson Dart falls to 27, he's not making it to the second round. Again, they will take a quarterback. It all depends. I think there's going to be more quarterbacks that go in this first round. Stay tuned, Jesse Montanez, for my final mock this upcoming Sunday. I will release it. I haven't done it yet, but I will. You got some good ideas. I'm feeling pretty solid. But the reason for this video is Catboy has spoken, and he said some good things. Catboy has spoken. I'll just say this. I'm going to let you guys listen to Catboy, and we'll comment after. All right? Listen to this.
Lines.
Well, anytime you're going to commit resources like we're talking about with Micah or Dak or a CD, everything factors in. It's football character, it's personal character, it's obviously skills and what they bring to the table. They're, what position do they play on the field? Obviously, the 3 guys I just talked about are all really important positions in the NFL in terms of edge rusher, number 1 receiver, and quarterback. But, the full body of work goes in there, the health picture, everything. So, the leadership is certainly a big part of it.
One of the things that Dak Prescott said was in contract negotiations, you just got to stay positive, make sure that the team knows what you want and what you believe. Do you feel at this point you understand what Micah Parsons wants and what he believes for this team going forward?
Yeah, I think we, you always have a feel for it. And certainly, whether it's a Dak, a CD, or a Micah, I mean, there's no question he wants, paid in a way that's, commensurate with what he feels like he brings. And certainly, we're trying to, a little bit works, where the rub comes is we're trying to not only keep guys like Dak and CD and Micah, but we're also trying to put, a team around them that can be and can compete and, win championships. And so obviously we're trying to get them to, come a little our way and take into an account some of the things that are positive about playing for the Cowboys, playing, in Texas and those type of things. And obviously they're trying to maximize, their value on their contract. So it's, it's all well-meaning. It's just, a lot of times a journey to get there.
When you say one of the benefits of playing in Texas, would that include the lack of a state income tax?
Sure. I mean, everybody knows that's the case here. The cost of living compared to, some of these bigger cities in the NFL certainly comes into an account. And, at the end of the day, we're looking for some credit for that. And the main reason for it is we're gonna spend to the cap year in and year out. And, over the course of time, we're going to spend our money to try to get as many good players as we can.
So Catboy wants a hometown discount. So Catboy wants a hometown discount. That's what that means. Catboy working the hometown. You play in Texas. He's right. No state income tax. Players should take that into advantage, but these agents don't give two, they don't give two shakes about that. They want to be able to say, I got my player X amount of money. But Dallas is outwardly saying, hey, listen, come play in Dallas, you don't have to pay any state income tax. That saves you millions. It does. Play in Dallas, you have more visibility, more off the field. And some would say the reason why Micah has pretty much saved and is making Bleacher Report thrive is because of playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I know you haters don't want to think so, but it is a fact. Playing for the Cowboys makes you millions. It does. And if you know how to work it, you'll never, ever, ever be hurting for money if you work the whole Dallas Cowboys playing for the America's team. Because it is America's team. It is. It is. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. But Catboy is working that hometown discount. I don't blame him. I did like what he said, though. He says as of right now, the way his stack or his board is shaping up, they don't see themselves trading up. But the trading down is a possibility. Now, again, keep in mind, that is music to my ears. Vinny Hagen, sorry, I was working out when you texted me. I got done. I had already planned on doing this video. I'd already made that little snippet of Stephen Jones prior to you texting me, but thank you, as always. A trading down makes a lot of sense. Now, Stephen Jones also said that some of their best picks in Cowboy history have come right where they're picking. If some stud falls, Mason Graham, it could happen. I'm telling you it could happen. I don't believe Ashton Genty falls. I know Travis Hunter won't fall. But if one of those three fall, then you take them at 12. If not, if McMillan's on the board, if New Orleans goes quarterback and McMillan's on the board, Golden's on the board, Hampton's on the board, Membu is on the board, Shamar Stewart's on the board. Look for Miami Dolphins at 13. I'll have to go home and do the math. You're not going to get much. You're not going to get a second-round pick. Dolphins can move up for a corner. They could sit there and take Will Johnson. If it's not going to cost a lot for the Dolphins to go up, even if they give you a 4th-round pick, I'll take it to drop only 2 spots. And then, if Ted McMillan is still there, then you reach out to Seattle at 18 and see if they're, if not, then you got your pick. Some people say Dallas wants Golden over McMillan. And hear me out. This is Super Bowl winning YouTuber Brian Broaddus. These are his thoughts that I will bring to light if you haven't already saw it. Whether we agree with Brian all the time or not, he does make a valid point. Dallas has Mingo, okay? You can think whatever you want about Mingo, okay? Especially you trolls. Say whatever you want. The dude is a stud. He's coming out of college. High draft pick last year. He's only played in 1 year. He played with the Carolina Panthers, who were ass, especially on offense. Came in towards the end of last year at the trade deadline. Didn't offer you much. He is a big-bodied wide receiver. Big body. So, if you're sitting there, and this goes back to my video a few weeks ago where I said, Golden over McMillan? McMillan over Golden? Here's my reasoning. Stick to your board, you go McMillan. But if you look at what you already have, CD is the best versatile wide receiver in the NFL. Versatile being the key word. CeeDee Lamb got most of his yards last year playing on the outside at the X receiver. Yes. Do the math, trolls. But in saying that, he can go in the slot and he's really good on the move. He likes going over the middle. He takes he eats the contact. He eats the contact like it's nothing. McMillan is a big boy who doesn't get a lot of separation, but high points the ball like no other. The ball in his hands after the catch, like very few. So that I'm okay with it. But the fact that you got Mingo, who's also a big-bodied guy that can offer you some of the things McMillan can give you, that's already on the roster that you've allocated draft capital, maybe they want a shorter guy who's a route-running machine who runs a 4.24? Put it in the comments. He ran a 4.2 something, 4.26, 4.28 at the NFL Combine. Matthew Golden. Or you have a Matthew Golden may fit better with CD, Mingo, Tolbert. Matthew Golden might fit better, which goes into maybe you do a slight trade back. If you could trade back to 18, I keep saying it, 20 at the most. If they really like Igbuka, if somebody snatches Golden and McMillan goes, you still have Igbuka. I believe what they want to do, people, is go receiver in the first round, running back possibly in the second. If it gets run out of the building in the second, look for a Schlesinger. I want to trade back Ultra Cowboy. I want to get an extra second-round pick. I want to be creative. Work the board. If receiver goes early, if Ted McMillan goes in the top 10, which he may, then you back off of that. Because you can't afford to keep dropping and losing guys. You need to get a receiver in round 1, in my opinion. As much as I think Omarion Hampton would be good, Mark Hutchinson, I do think he would be a good pick. And I think that's our fallback. At some point in a trade down, I still believe they're going wide receiver, people. I still believe they're going wide receiver. And, so just please keep that in mind. Maybe fit is better for the Cowboys. Doesn't mean he's a better player. Matthew Golden is faster and runs better routes than Seth McMillan. Done. The fact that we got Mingo, you have to factor that. You have to put yourselves in a Cowboy. You may like McMillan better, but Mingo was a high second-round pick last year. He's a big-bodied. You saw some of Mingo's work blocking as a wide receiver. He's a stud blocking. So please keep that in mind when you say, you got to go McMillan. You got to go McMillan. Not necessarily. Now, let's talk Will Johnson here. Will Johnson did not run a 40. Now, some would say, well, who cares? He didn't run a 40. He didn't run a 40. Well, what's he hiding, right? What's he hiding? His short shuttle was mid. It was average. Will Johnson is smooth, but not the most athletic guy out there. The only thing you got to look at is how much input are they going to allow Matt Eberflus have early in this draft? Matt Eberflus, I think Will Johnson fits perfectly in Matt Eberflus' system. But when you see some of these grades, I was watching the draft show, all four of the panelists, I think the highest was one of the panelists had Will Johnson as the third best corner in the draft. I think that was Brian Broaddus, believe it or not. He has him as his 25th best player, I believe. He has, I think Ravel is going to drop out of the first round. Siobhan Ravel, I think he drops out of the first round. I think Jahdae Barron goes high. And then we'll see. Obviously, you got Travis Hunter, who Travis Hunter has come out and said he would consider not going to a team if you want to stick him solely at one position. Okay? He would consider not signing with you if you draft him. He expects to play both sides of the ball. Now, he didn't say at what capacity and how many plays, what percentage of snaps. He didn't say any of that. But he did say he wants to play both sides. So make sure when you draft him, assuming you draft him, Jesse Montanez, you play him both sides of the ball. That's what you need to do. Me personally, I play him. Honestly, I've turned 180 degrees on this. I play him at wide receiver. But I could see teams playing him at corner and hit 10, 12 snaps at wide receiver. That's fine. Either way. That's probably what the Giants would do. They would play him at corner and wide receiver. To me, it's a lot to ask for a smaller corner to do that in the NFL, but if you drafted him, that's what you should do. I strongly believe that's what you should do. But we are getting close, everybody. Yes, we are. We are over just under a week away. I got to reach out to Primetime Phil, see if he wants to do something tomorrow night. I may do a live stream tonight, channel member Zoom call tonight, but I want to reiterate, on the night one of the NFL draft will not be a channel member Zoom for the whole time. I want to zoom in Jesse for the Giants pick. I do. And then after the draft, we will zoom everybody in. Randy McIntyre, I want you involved because you bring stuff to the table. Like I said, I will open up the Zoom lines periodically throughout. I got to find out. I'm hearing Mark wants to join me in Primetime Phil. Now he's having a draft party, so we got a lot to work out. But night one of the draft, we're not going to just do a full channel member Zoom call. Me and Phil need to work it and work it good. But we will definitely have a few hand-picked people. I want to have Jesse in there for his reaction to the Giants pick. I want to bring Randy in at some point. Randy McIntyre as we get closer to the Cowboys pick. You know, I don't mind a few people being in there. I just don't want, you know, people talking over each other when me and Phil are trying to break down each player. I'm going to be breaking down everybody's pick, everybody. So, you know, we will definitely zoom everybody in, but it won't necessarily be at the beginning. So just keep that in mind. You know me, I like to, day 3, we could be zooming in. Saturday, I'll zoom everybody in. Friday night, I'll zoom a lot of people in. To me, I'm more excited about Friday because that's when I think we're going to do a lot of our damage. But, you know, I'm excited. Round 1, I'm excited. I am excited. But all right, everybody, stay tuned. I'm going to upload this now. We'll probably have a channel member Zoom tonight, 8:30. We'll see. Stay tuned. All right, Game Time is out.